Hey there, friend. Have you ever found yourself thinking, why do some people stay vibrant and energetic well into their 80s, while others seem to fade too soon? It's a question that nags at so many of us after 65. We see friends and loved ones facing health struggles that feel out of their control, and we wonder, could there be simple things we're doing, or not doing, that quietly chip away at our golden years? Well, today, we're tackling exactly that. I've spent years researching senior health, and I've seen 3 extremely common mistakes that unintentionally shorten lifespans after 65. The good news? They're all fixable. No drastic overhauls needed. Just small, practical tweaks that add years back to your life. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's dive in together. Now, the first mistake. It's one I see everywhere, and it's so sneaky because it feels harmless at first glance. Skipping strength training and only focusing on gentle exercise. I know what you might be thinking, but I walk every day. Or, I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. And walking is fantastic. Truly. But here's the catch. After 65, our muscles start fading faster than you might realize. Scientists call it sarcopenia, a fancy word for muscle loss. And it's not just about feeling weaker. When we lose muscle, our metabolism slows down, making weight creep up. Our bones become more fragile, increasing the risk of falls. And here's the real kicker. Weak muscles strain your heart and lungs, making everyday activities like climbing stairs or carrying groceries feel like marathons. Think about it like this. Muscles are your body's shock absorbers and energy generators. Without them, your joints take the brunt of every step, and your heart works overtime. I'll never forget my neighbor, Helen. She walked religiously but avoided anything strenuous. At 72, she tripped on a rug and broke her hip. The recovery was brutal, and she never fully bounced back. Her doctor said something that stuck with me. Walking alone is like watering a plant but never giving it sunlight. So, what's the solution? Start small with strength training, just twice a week. You don't need dumbbells or a gym. Here's how. First, use your own body weight. Stand behind a sturdy chair, hold the backrest, and do 10 to 12 sit-to-stands, where you sit down and stand up slowly. It's like a mini squat that builds leg and core strength. Or try wall push-ups. Face a wall, place your hands shoulder-width apart, and lean in and out 10 times. These take minutes but work wonders. Second, add resistance bands. They're cheap, portable, and perfect for home use. Loop one around your thighs while seated and press your knees outward 15 times. Or anchor it under your foot and gently pull up to work your arms. Aim for 2 sets of each exercise. And third, pair it with protein. After your workout, eat something with protein. A handful of almonds, a yogurt, or eggs. Protein repairs muscle tissue, making your efforts stick. The beauty is, you'll feel the difference fast. One of our viewers, Bob, started doing chair exercises 3 months ago. He wrote, "I can finally lift my grandbaby without my back screaming. I feel like I stole 5 years back." Now, before we move on, let me be clear. I'm not saying ditch your walks. Keep them, but weave in these strength bites. Your muscles are like loyal friends. They thrive when you show up consistently. And when you do, you're not just avoiding injury. You're building a body that keeps you independent, energized, and ready for life's adventures. So, let's recap this first fix. Stop skipping strength. Start with chair exercises, bands, and protein. It's your shield against frailty, and your ticket to more vibrant years. Now, there's another mistake lurking that's just as common and just as dangerous. It's something we rarely talk about openly, but it's quietly sabotaging thousands of seniors every single day. It's a quiet thief of vitality, one that often creeps in without us even noticing, ignoring the power of connection and letting isolation take root. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I'm not lonely. I live with my spouse, or I see my family on holidays. But connection isn't just about physical presence. It's about feeling seen, valued, and engaged in ways that light up your spirit and, here's the science, literally strengthen your body. When we drift into isolation, even subtly, it triggers a cascade of stress in our systems. Cortisol floods our bloodstream, inflammation spikes, and our immune defenses weaken. In fact, prolonged loneliness is as damaging to longevity as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It's not just about feeling blue, It's about your cells aging faster. Take my friend Arthur, for example. After his wife passed, he told everyone he was fine. He'd watch TV, read the paper, and occasionally chat with neighbors. But over time, he stopped going to his weekly chess club. He skipped his grandson's piano recital because he felt too tired. His world quietly shrank. When he caught pneumonia last winter, his recovery took months. His doctor said something profound. "Arthur, your body forgot how to fight because your heart forgot how to hope." That's the insidious thing about isolation. It tricks us into thinking we're conserving energy, when really, we're draining our life force. Our brains need novelty and engagement like our lungs need oxygen. Without it, cognitive decline accelerates, sleep suffers, and even chronic pain can feel magnified. But here's the beautiful truth. Reconnecting doesn't require grand gestures. Small, consistent shifts rebuild your social immune system. Let me share 3 simple ways to begin. First, turn micro moments into meaningful exchanges. That cashier at the grocery store? Instead of just handing over your money, look them in the eye and ask, "How's your day going?" The mail carrier? A 2-minute chat about the weather. These tiny interactions release oxytocin, the bonding hormone that lowers blood pressure and reduces inflammation. It's not about deep conversations. It's about reminding your nervous system, "I belong here." Second, embrace technology as your bridge, not your barrier. I know screens can feel intimidating, but mastering 1 or 2 tools opens worlds. Start with video calls. Ask a grandchild to teach you Zoom or FaceTime over coffee. Suddenly, you're reading bedtime stories to little ones across the country or joining a virtual book club with friends from your old hometown. Margaret, 78, told me, "Seeing my sister's face every Tuesday morning got me through hip surgery. We laugh like we're teenagers again." And third, this one's powerful. Find your purpose anchor. It could be volunteering at an animal shelter once a week, tending a community garden plot, teaching knitting at the library, or even writing letters to soldiers overseas. When you contribute to something beyond yourself, you activate what researchers call the helper's high, a surge of endorphins that protects your heart and sharpens your mind. You're not just passing time, you're declaring, "My presence matters." Now, I won't pretend this is always easy. Pride, grief, or hearing loss might make you want to pull away. But think of connection like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Start tomorrow. Text a photo of your blooming roses to a friend. Wave to the dog walker on your street. Say yes to that lunch invitation you've been dodging. Every small yes tells your body, "We're still in the game." So let's tie this together. Isolation isn't just sadness, it's a biological emergency. Fight back with micro-connections, tech bridges, and purpose. Your cells will thank you. Now, we've covered 2 massive pitfalls, skipping strength and ignoring connection. But there's one last mistake I need to share with you. It's the most pervasive of all because it wears the disguise of common sense. In fact, you might be making this very mistake as you watch this. It's a mistake that masquerades as wisdom, whispered in phrases like, "I'm just not thirsty anymore," or "I don't want to be running to the bathroom all night." I'm talking about underestimating hydration and quietly living in a state of chronic dehydration. You see, as we age, our thirst signals weaken. What felt like a roaring need for water at 50 becomes a faint whisper at 70. Combine that with medications that dry us out or a fear of nighttime trips to the loo, and suddenly, we're sipping less than half of what our cells desperately crave. And here's why this is so dangerous. Water isn't just about quenching thirst. It's the oil in your body's engine. When you're low, your blood thickens, forcing your heart to work harder. Your joints lose cushioning. Toxins build up in your kidneys. Even your brain shrinks temporarily, fogging your thoughts and sapping your mood. Studies show seniors who are chronically dehydrated are 50% more likely to be hospitalized for falls, infections, or even heart events. Let me tell you about Mrs. Evans, a sharp 82-year-old who loved her crossword puzzles. She noticed her afternoon headaches were getting worse, and her balance felt off. She blamed aging. Then one morning, she stood up too fast, got dizzy, and fractured her wrist. At the hospital, her blood work revealed severe dehydration. The doctor said, "Your blood is like maple syrup, your heart's been pushing sludge." She'd only been drinking 2 small glasses of water a day, thinking it was enough. But here's the beautiful part. Fixing this is simpler than you think. You don't need to chug gallons overnight. Just 3 gentle shifts can reset your hydration. First, sip smarter, not more. Space your fluids evenly throughout the day. Keep a marked water bottle, try a 16-ounce one, where you sit most. Fill it twice before noon, twice before dinner. No giant gulps, just steady, small sips. Add natural flavor. A slice of lemon, cucumber, or frozen berries makes it inviting, not a chore. And if nighttime bathroom trips worry you, shift 75% of your fluids to before 6 p.m. Have your last small sip with dinner meds. Then only tiny sips if you wake parched. Second, eat your water. So many foods are secret hydration heroes. Start meals with broth-based soup, chicken vegetable, miso. Snack on watermelon, cucumbers, strawberries, or celery sticks. Oatmeal at breakfast? Cook it with extra water or milk. Even a daily bowl of juicy peaches or cottage cheese adds hidden hydration. Third, listen to your body's subtle cries for water. Dry mouth is a late sign. Watch for these earlier red flags. Feeling unusually tired by mid-afternoon. Dark yellow urine, aim for pale lemonade color. Muscle cramps in your calves or feet. Sudden confusion or irritability. When you notice these, don't wait. Reach for water immediately. And if plain water feels boring? Herbal teas, caffeine-free, warm bone broth, or even a splash of 100% fruit juice in sparkling water counts. Bringing it all together. Your longevity toolkit. So, friend, we've journeyed through these 3 silent lifespan shorteners. Skipping strength, ignoring connection, and underestimating hydration. Each one chips away at your vitality in ways that feel normal, until they're not. But now, you hold the antidote. Think of these fixes not as chores, but as acts of quiet rebellion, a refusal to fade before your time. Strength training says, I choose power. Connection says, I choose joy. Hydration says, I choose flow. And together, they build a life where you're not just adding years, but life to your years. Remember Bob, who reclaimed lifting his grandbaby. Or Arthur, who joined an online history club and now leads virtual tours. Or Mrs. Evans. She bought a lovely glass pitcher, fills it with lemon water every morning, and sips her way to clearer thinking and steadier steps. I feel like I've woken up, she told me. Like my body remembered how to be alive. That's what I want for you. Not perfection, just gentle, consistent progress. Start with 1 change this week. Do 5 chair stands while your coffee brews. Text a photo to a friend with a "thinking of you" note. Set a hydration bottle by your favorite chair. Small steps spark big transformations. Your invitation. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your story. What's one tiny change you'll try? Share it in the comments below. We learn so much from each other here. And if you found this helpful, tap that like button. It helps others find our community of vibrant seniors. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss our practical, uplifting chats. Next week, we're diving into 5 surprising foods that fight joint pain after 60. You won't want to miss it. Until then, remember this. Your best years aren't behind you, they're within you. Keep showing up for yourself, 1 sip, 1 step, 1 connection at a time. Because the world needs your wisdom, your laughter, and your light. Cheers to your health, your strength, and your unshakable spirit. I'll see you next time.